Kevin Blanch, they'll be calling you a radical. I'm here. G killed the C, G killed the C, G killed the C. The greatest crime against all living things, against this, G killed the C. The USS Reagan versus TEPCO. It's versus General Electric. Come a little closer, Peter, so make sure you can hear me. So, this is a big, big deal, and I'll tell you why. It's not just, people think it's against TEPCO. They think it's just one ship. They think it's USS Reagan sailors versus, it's 32 ships, but it's bigger than that. General Electric killed the Pacific Ocean. I mean, a genocide. You can go in denial all you want. The Steelhead are an epic, epic collapse. I mean, they're on the verge of extinction. It all started declining in 2011. They go to sea for 1 to 2 years. The Chinook salmon go to sea on average on the Columbia for 5 years. Record escapement, they had record returns in 2013, 14, 15. On QI says 2016 they're going to collapse. They were projected at 2.1 million to return this year, 2017. They got 487,000. The Steelhead are on epic, they're on the verge of extinction. It's General Electric did this. Why is it General Electric? General Electric built the reactors of Fukushima, Japan. What is construction? They build it. They build them. They cheated. They cheated. They cheated. So Obama, inside the Situation Room, when they were in total panic mode. Remember, Obama was propped up by the nuclear industry. So they all called the Situation Room. You know, Gregory Jacko was head of the NRC. Remember, he came out, wouldn't speak on the Hill. Barbara Boxer's office was head of the committee. She called for congressional hearings. It didn't happen. So they were all called inside the Situation Room. The Joint Chief of Staff, the Navy Chief of Staff, they had sent in 32 ships, Operation Friendship, to evacuate all Navy and Marines, all, for that matter, all U.S. military personnel. That's 800,000 people. He wanted all U.S. civilians. That's another 1.2 million. 2 million people evacuated. They went in. Obama made them stand down. So, and John Holdren, he's the key to this, the eugenicist from Berkeley. He was head of the science and technology team at the time to protect the nuclear industry. Oh, we got a handle on it with our nanotechnology, so they backed them all out. They radiated those 32 ships. So I got leukemia shortly thereafter in 2011. I got leukemia. So, given 2 months to live. I was in the bone marrow transplant with one of the young men off the Reagan. He was fighting for it was that quick. He died in there, so they filed suit. Bonner and Bonner, Freak and Paul filed suit with some plaintiffs. Now it's grown, so the case has been kicked. It was ruled, Janice San Martino, 9th District, right here, it was ruled to go forward. They appealed it. General Electric, TEPCO, it got thrown out because of the wrong jurisdiction, so they retooled the case, re-headed in here. She ruled it goes forward. They appealed that ruling that it goes forward, and that was August 25th, 2014. She ruled it goes forward again. So they appealed the appeal of the appeal to the California Supreme Court. The California 3 panel, they kicked the can, they kicked them. The State Department under the Obama administration gets involved. The State Department under the Trump administration gets involved. We think it's gonna, they say, nope, we're standing by, let it go. So the California 3-0 unanimously rules it goes forward. The case is growing. So it's now been ruled, John Edwards is going to be the lead, his daughter, from what I understand. So the case is going to be ruled to go forward, already has. That was the 22nd of July. It's $5 billion. But now the doctors in Boston have filed suit against General Electric on Fukushima for $500 million, but according to the lawyers I've talked to, it's going to expand quickly to $50 billion. Now, I want to say this to John Edwards, I want to say this to all these guys. These guys look at my stuff. So, Edwards and gang, you know, what is the holdup? I guess they're going to wait till General Electric goes lit. Now, this is important. General Electric, who killed the sea, has been liquidating assets illegally. Why this case is pending? This case has been ruled. They cannot. They've been selling off everything. They're going broke. Now, remember, Jeffrey Melting, Obama's buddy, you know, he was Bush's job czar. He is the cover-up of Fukushima. These guys, Obama stood on the White House lawn. I want you to know what I know on March 17th. So, 2011. He was flown out of the country with Jeff Immelt, with the Chicago Bridge and Iron, with the whole nuclear energy crime syndicate, to orchestrate the cover-up of Fukushima, to protect General Electric, why they looted. Why they looted. Now, this is real important. This is so much more than these sailors. So much more. We love to know, you don't care. You know, no one cares. So, from what I hear, the trial date possibly could be set as soon as today. It's November 29th, you know, so we'll set up permanent shop here, but this is why it's so much bigger than that. I said it's going to kill, and everybody says, oh, this has been going on for years, the death of the sea. I got leukemia, I walked the whole coast. The entire coast. The tide pools are dead. I'm the first one to start saying they're dead. The starfish were killed by General Electric. The sardines and anchovies, this is all post-2011. This is the greatest crime in human history by 1 billion times. Not just the meltdowns in general, the cover-up. The cover-up has killed so many people already. It's going to, I mean, it's mutated and killed for time and all eternity, all the unborn, the unsprouted, I mean, you're in denial. Longevity started to go this way in 2012. It's no coincidence. It's the blob, whatever. The blob is Fukushima. They've been pushing it into the Pacific Ocean for 2,460 something days. Anybody that thinks there's no byproduct for that, I mean, Fukushima denial is a mental illness. Is a mental illness. Here, let me see that camera, Peter.
You can go.
Appreciate you. Here, hold these signs for me, would you? Let me get the back of those signs. You know, I recycle everything. So, you know, this is California for you. How's it going?
Great.
So, last time I was here, they had the sign flying upside down. You know, they killed her. So, clean, green, too cheap to meter, nuclear industry. The nuclear energy crime syndicate murdered the sea and no one cares. I mean, the Pacific Ocean is dying. It is dying. And I'm here, I mean, it's so over the top and so outrageous that no one gives a shit. And they're saying, oh, this has been going, no, it hasn't. The tide pools are all dead. Sardine and anchovies, 99%. Freaking more whales have washed up dead in the previous freaking 2 years than the last 300 combined. I mean, the tide pools are all completely 100% dead. Longevity is headed south. We got cancer spiking all over. The salmon, we don't count dead humans. I do. We don't count dead tide pools. I do. We don't count dead. How about the starving to death sea lions and seals? When they're testing 40% of them in the private actuaries or the private rescue missions are testing positive for AML leukemia. Now think about that one. We know there's only one cause of leukemia. I mean, nuclear fallout. And all you deniers, what of them? You Madame Curie on Balco? And I want to say this to the so-called fake activists and the right and the left. This country's all, you know, now your thing of the day is sexual harassment. Scumbag Lauer got fired. They all get fired. I mean, come on. I mean, the media's a joke, but you divide up. The left is so hypocrite fucked up. And then you got the right. I mean, they turned the internet into freaking right-wing radical radio. It's pathetic. You know, so you know, the activism du jour. I mean, you'll turn out in the streets and fight for something that doesn't mean shit to you. God's gays guns, God's gays gun, God's gays gun. But something like this that's going to kill you. So I'm here to tell you, General Electric killed the sea. It's going to kill you. And it's going to kill me, Cal, iPhone, I. California, I, me. You don't give a shit about the sea. The mother of all living things. You stood by and watched her be gang raped. And I want to say this lastly. Remember one thing. I was given 2 months to live. Cancer, there's no days off. You fight it every day. And you think, oh, you just make a certain level. The type of cancer that I have is less than 1% survival. ML de novo in a bone marrow transplant. There's only other one guy they know without a bone marrow transplant. He's 9 years. Brian, it's back on him. I'm not letting it come back. There's no days off. And you apathetic sheep, you're going to get your turn. And the fight is the cure. And from what I see, nobody knows how to fight. Oh, I do. Stay tuned. We'll be here all day. You know, had quite the dog and pony show with the permit. I'll show you my permit. Where's the permit? God, you should have seen the video with the cops with that. Hold that up.
This one's signed, right?
Yeah, this was signed. The other one was. The cops were all over me this morning, whatever. She came down, Rose came down and says, oh, I'm sorry, here. So, you know, it's a lonely fight that I'm in. Yeah. GE gets caught, Chicago Bridge are caught looting. They're bankrupt. They freaking can't pay their pensions. They've stole all the money. They freaking selling off all things. They got nobody. Stocks rise. All-time high. You seen the debt lately? And let's give another tax break to freaking billionaires. I mean, and stocks just go up. We live in a fairy tale land when the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history is ongoing. I mean, it's going on right now. I mean, the death, what is the punitive damage for killing the Pacific Ocean? And you think you're above it? You're not above it. You're not above it. It's going to get you. It's going to kill you. It's going to kill you. It's going to kill me. It's going to kill the mother of all humanity, of all living things. I fight for her. She fights for me.